What's up, everyone? Welcome back to our weekly Web3 rundown. You guys know Brian. I am your host, Joe. Brian, how are you doing 2025?
Yeah, man, epic year. We're in 2025. We got a lot of big things happening in the month of January. I appreciated a couple weeks to recharge my batteries because I was in the trenches, as we all know.
100%. I felt like I was missing out, taking some time off as it goes in the world of Web3. Lots of exciting stuff to look forward to this year. A lot of crazy stuff is happening already, but wanted to do a little bit different today. I wanted to make some bold predictions, and it was something we can look back on a year from now and see, how many we've hit. Are you okay with that, Brian?
Yeah. I have a few in mind, so I'm ready to make it happen. But a year prediction's a tough one, so we have to have some bangers.
Yeah. So we're gonna kick things off with, things that we love, digital assets, memes, and or NFTs. Both are colliding together. But let's start off with memes. There's a lot of different memes on different networks. Let's pick some winners out of, either all of the networks or just one of them. Let's start off with Ethereum. How about that? What do you think is some biggest or maybe a big meme that's coming out of the Ethereum world for 2025?
Ah, man. See, that's tough because there's not as much hot potato in the Ethereum world. Those established memes seem to be the runners, in my opinion. There's a ton. We have the Murad list we always talk about, like the SPX 6900 and certain ones like that. But one that I absolutely love is probably MOG. It's trading at a quite high market cap. Full disclosure, I'm a holder of it, but I just love it because that community's absolutely rabid. They're always out there on the timeline. It doesn't feel like there's any huge major corrections. And the right partnerships, the right path, I think it could, continue to do very well. So if you're asking just pure ETH meme, I would probably say MOG.
Huh. Mog. That's something that I don't hold, full disclosure. And I'm sure everyone knows Brian's not giving financial advice here, something he just knows and loves. Man, Ethereum, I would love to say that Doge is going to be number one. I think it's still going to be number one. We always say, or I always think, one of these Ethereum-based NFTs might flip it, but I don't think that's going to happen. So I got to go with the boring old Doge.
Yeah, full disclosure, I don't think MOG is going to be flipping Dogecoin anytime soon. Just when we're talking pure memes out there, kind of new and upcoming one, but has an established base, I like MOG. Joe, I actually left it on the table for you. I thought we didn't talk about our picks before the show. I 100% would have bet $1,000, $10,000 you were going to say Pepe. I'm shocked. I was going to steal it. I can't believe you didn't say it.
Yeah, Pepe definitely, I would say, surprised me that it's popped or done so well with all these other PvP coming out, meaning, different types of animal, tokens coming out from all different blockchains. I'm surprised it's held out so well. But like you said, there's not too much in the Ethereum world. There's like the top honchos, and that's pretty much about it. So yeah, I didn't say Pepe because NFTs have shot, well, they've kind of taken a backseat to meme coins in 2024, but in 2025, some interesting stuff's happened, which we're going to talk about. So definitely maybe some eyeballs back in the Pepe should, artworks, projects start iterating on it more. So that would be an interesting one for sure.
Yeah. I was just kind of scanning over the list here. We're just talking pure meme coin here. Just pure. Okay. Okay. I got some other heavy hitters later in the show then.
Yeah, I mean, feel free to jump around. I mean, Ethereum is one for sure, is a big platform where second most liquidity in all of crypto, but we don't have to go specifically about blockchain. What's some other big winners, whether it be in the world of AI or PvP that we just mentioned, or gaming memes, which do you think is the biggest winners in those kind of sectors?
I've gotten really bullish and I'm documented talking about this on some of the Crypto 101 podcasts. I'm in rundown shows. I'm documented on some previous cust calls for us. I'm so bullish on the Prime token. And now you could stake Prime to receive prompt, which is essentially their AI crypto version of ChatGPT's possible native token. Don't want to get all into that, but I just absolutely love the Prime ecosystem, and there's a few reasons why, Joe. It's it it's been talking about AI, autonomous agents before it was the hot topic here. Their AI avatars are hot on the NFT side of things. We have the staking of Prime for Prompt, and they're giving stakers of Prime some big juicy bags of Prompt, some big incentives. And I just love how it's the AI world. It's crypto obviously, and it's also gaming. I just got this gut feeling it's going to do really well. Full disclosure again, I do have a bag of Prime, and but honestly, I'm going to be looking to probably buy more Prime in the future than I even hold. So when this episode's out, I'm going to probably still have the same amount of Prime, but I'm looking to dollar cost average in over the next few months.
I say it sounds like you're more bullish on Prime than Mog, so that may be your biggest winner of
Well,
2025.
Well, that's where I got confused because I don't look at Prime as a meme coin. That's why I had to have this clarification.
Ah.
I look at that as like a gaming utility AI coin. Mog is like, we're mogging. Like you put on like those big sunglasses and throw them on your avatar. You have a wild community. That could probably still smash as well. But I have seen a shift personally, and it could shift back. And we were talking about this earlier today, where these straight memes, the chill guys, the Moondang, have now started to migrate over to like now we're messing around with utility meme coins. Like we want utility again, and I'm with it. I do. So Prime kind of checks a lot of boxes.
Yeah, we're blurring the lines here because we don't only talk about meme coins. We talk about these utility type of, tokens also, which you're right. I'm wrong. I'm sorry. I lumped everything into the meme category. But you kind of sold me there. I'm not gonna lie. You know why? Because there's AI on Solana, which we'll talk about, AI on Base through Virtuos, which we'll talk about. But you know what? The biggest AI play in Ethereum might be Prime. You might have gotten me there just with that type of meta right there. It is a gaming AI mix. I don't think we're going to be seeing mix for much longer. I think you're either AI is just going to be in every token. That's pretty much it, like right. But with Ethereum, clear cut that Doge is not playing around with me AI. Neither is With, neither is I'll be interested to see when these do. But for right now, it seems like Prime is the clear winner. Not financial advice. I don't know it any, but I may just get some.
That's funny you said that anything with AI is pumping. About over a year ago, I was playing with golf with a random guy and he was really successful. And I was asking him, I was like jokingly on the number 6 hole, I was like, I can't even remember his name. I was like, hey, how do you make the next $1 million? Kind of chucking. And he looked at me dead serious. He goes, you create a company, you say it's AI. And I like chuckled. This is over a year ago. I chuckled. I was like, man, that is a buzzword. But that's kind of coming to fruition right now in the crypto world, and in the real world as well. AI is an absolute buzzword out there.
Absolutely. NVIDIA just had their keynote. A lot of big predictions for 2025 is automation, robots, and AI. So if you're not investing within the AI sector and you want to have some fun with AI, then meme coins, utility tokens, definitely you will see some fun use cases there unfold. So we got Ethereum. We talked about Solana a little bit. So I think Solana personally, the biggest wins will be the AI tokens. They ended up the year 2025 on fire. We're talking about AI XBT. We're talking about AI 16Z. We're talking about Zero Bro. All these AI tokens just stole the limelight. Like you mentioned, the PvPs of the chill guys of the world took a back seat. I don't see that changing for 2025. I just see it getting a little bit, more I wouldn't say moded, meaning like I would say that there is going to be a top tier. And that's kind of what I saw ending 2024 was like a consolidation of all these AI meme coins, which there are so many of. But we saw like I wouldn't say clear winners, but we definitely saw a shift, like a lot of individuals being bullish on certain ones in the Solana ecosystem at least.
Yeah, we certainly have. And we called it right because a lot of these AI agents, you could catch a huge winner with them, but it's a game of hot potato. Which agent's going to come out with the new cutting edge technology or grab mind share of Twitter? But a lot of those infrastructure plays that we've talked about in the past, the virtuals of the world, AI 16Z is an infrastructure play as well. They seem to be the safer plays in this AI world of I almost called them meme coins. I don't even know what to call them anymore. We'll call them meme coins, but everyone knows what I'm talking about. Where the agents are still a little bit of a game of hot potato, but still Cerebro is coming out with like major updates every single day. They're developing more than just an agent, more than just a chat bot. That's what a lot of these AI agents are still. They're just chatbots. They're glorified chat GPT chatbots. But I have a feeling in 2, 3 months, 6 months from now, that's going to sound super outdated because one of these chatbots is going to probably be doing my taxes next year.
Yeah, I'm going to share a quick list of the top AI meme coins, which Coinbase categorizes, which is, I wouldn't say hilarious, but fart coins leading the leading the charge, which is actually just a meme token. Goat Maximus, one of the ones that we called out, is still up there. But like you mentioned, Cerebro, which owns like an AI record label, mentioning doing your taxes. These are some utility type AIs. AI 16, which runs I would like to say like $1 billion value DAO. So there's actual, we're seeing a mixture right now, right, within this categorization. But there's definitely going to be, some segregation of AIs that's purely just meme focused, just Xing or Twittering all day long. Aside from those that are actually doing stuff with real world value.
Yeah, it kills me to see Goat kind of still lagging behind a lot of these AI infrastructure plays. I really was such a strong proponent, even going into the holidays, that Goat being kind of the first of its kind in starting off this whole AI meta in the crypto space was going to go to multi-billion dollar market cap. Still believe it could, but it's absolutely been lagging behind. And, I hate to see that because it's good and bad because the AI world is kind of turning into what we're talking about, more utility based. What do I get for holding this token? What airdrop do I get? What access do I get? There's a lot going on there. While Goatsies Maximus was just a pure meme coin. And we have seen this shift over just the past couple of weeks of pure meme coins have lost some luster. Now we're going into more utility-based meme coins, AI space. Still think it could definitely come back. And, it's not small potatoes by any means. So trading at like a 400 or $500 million market cap. Just that was one of the biggest surprises for me at the end of 2024. I thought if AI 16Z was going to be trading at $2.2 billion market cap like it is today, GOAT was going to be right behind it. But it's fallen a little behind.
Yep. One thing I want is not all, sunshine and roses over here. One thing I did want to go over was the Bitcoin meme coin ecosystem, which is led by Dog Go to the Moon at a $636 million market cap. Personally, I believe it's a make or break year for Runes. It's on approaching 1 year in April when it's going to launch. I'm very curious of how this is going to play out because we're not seeing much volume. There's only one clear winner where all the volume is, and that's Dog Go to the Moon. And a lot of, I want to say projects are struggling, but they're not making any headway in terms of headlines. We always talked about how Bitcoin liquidity will flow into hopefully potentially the Runes ecosystem, and we just haven't seen that so far. What's your thoughts on that, Brian?
We need to get a better user interface. We need to be able to trade them like we trade other shit coins. I know we don't like to say that about the mother chain, but that's what needs to happen. It's a pain in the ass to trade runes. I have a huge bag of runes. I am still bullish on them, actually. I think actually we talked a little bit earlier today. I was a little bit more bullish than you in the long term because we just need to figure out the user interface. We need to get the trading interface up to speed. And I think some capital could definitely flow into it because the top coin on there is still only 600 million. I could name 10 coins off the top of my head that launched like within the past 3 weeks that are $600 million on the other chains. They just need to fix that.
Yeah, swapping is becoming a little bit easier. I've utilized that. Once the DEXs start coming and the hopefully the centralized exchanges, then hopefully liquidity will flow there. So something to keep an eye on, and we'll definitely be reporting on that. Last prediction for meme coins for 2025. You think meme coins gonna pop up on Abstract at all? I mean, for those that don't know Abstract, Abstract is the consumer-facing blockchain that everyone is super bullish on for 2025.
Yes, I think meme coins and NFTs could be very juicy on Abstract. It's an area of interest because there's a lot of players out there. The Pudgy Penguins and Luca and a lot of very. On-Chain Heroes, I believe, is another one that's going to be launching or connection with Abstract. So there's just a lot of really interesting projects and some very interesting NFT projects that are launching over there, with some notable teams backing them. So I'm excited for the meme coin world and the NFT world on Abstract. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think that this is the blockchain that's going to steal a lot of mind share, at least in the first quarter, at least. I think that I would like to see meme coins thrive there specifically, but NFTs we know is already going to do well because, Pudgy Penguins founder Luca, who is the founder of Abstract, very NFT focused, and we already see a lot of NFTs that have already pre-minted, and is not as the chain hasn't even launched yet. So that's a good segue into NFTs prediction. I did mention Bitcoin, needing to prove itself in terms of the meme coin sector. But Bitcoin is going to, I'm going to make a bold prediction here, 2025. So I'm not going to make an NFT prediction for Bitcoin because there's a lot of projects that are really good on there. But I'm just going to say Bitcoin NFTs, which is the Ordinals ecosystem, is going to flip Solana in 2025. It's pretty close to that already.
Solana NFTs market cap? Is that what you're referring to?
All-time volume.
All-time volume. Huh. That's a bold prediction. It's that close already?
Let me pull up the data while
I
you give us your
mean,
input.
I
Yeah.
mean, shit. Bitcoin NFTs, like there's some top collections out there, like Quantum Cats, and what they're doing is really impressive. And you just need a catalyst over there for that all to run. Man, Solana, but there's some interesting things going over on Solana as well, like with gaming and like that Beanie's new project, that Critters Quest. That's on Solana. That 14x. That's a bold call. I'm not calling either side of things, but I like where your head's at. Oh man, it is close.
So we're at 5 million. Let's take a look at the last 7 days. Bitcoin has trumped Solana.
Whoa.
Solana is just like shitcoin mania. Like you go to trade meme coins. But an interesting thing is, I guess this is a good segue. Also, is Solana meme coin NFTs are doing really well, right? AI16Z, what we're going to talk about, Zero Bro. There's so many meme coin NFTs popping off. I don't know. Do Solana NFTs come back? My soul friends don't really love Solana NFTs right now, and they're like heavy Solana NFT traders.
Yeah, I think a lot of these meme coin NFTs on Solana are popping off because we had a recent, if you held, I believe it was 100,000 AI16Z tokens, and you could have got them cheap a few weeks ago. Now it's hundreds of thousands of dollars. But if you held that token, you got a five-figure airdrop from a company called HyperFi. It's essentially HyperFi is, for anybody who doesn't know, it's a coin that was launched on Solana, but it's the metaverse for AI agents. We're talking about metaverses again. This is back in 2021. Pretty interesting. It is the metaverse storyline could always tell a really good story and get investors excited. So obviously hyper pumped to hundreds of millions of dollars. I'm still curious how that's always all going to come to fruition, but I think a lot of these Solana NFTs that are related to meme coins, people are hoping that, hey, I hold this AI16Z NFT, I hold this Cerebro NFT, they could catch other whitelists, they could catch other airdrops. And I can't say that thinking's incorrect. That's really me speculating as well, but I think that's kind of what the timeline's talking about.
Yeah, I don't have a prediction for Solana NFTs, and we've been in the Solana streets for all of 2024. Me and you, Brian, and thankfully so. We got a big Magic Eden airdrop because of it, and I can't think of a Solana project personally that I would say is going to outshine in 2025. Maybe a meme NFT, like you mentioned, um, and maybe Claynosaurus. I don't know. So that's a good question. I'm gonna defer that to you if you have a best pick for Solana. But you can also talk about your Ethereum at the same time.
Yeah, I do have a couple picks for Solana, and they're not cheap. So for good reason. Mad Lads took a pretty big correction there. If you take a look at their chart, the chart actually looks pretty juicy. I don't have it up in front of me, but I think they're right around 80 Sol. And there, if you like what Pudgy Penguins built over on Ethereum and what they're doing with connections and partnerships, you should probably like Mad Lads as well. What's 80 Sol? Five
A
Ethereum,
lot.
four or five Ethereum. Yeah, but four or five Ethereum. In the terms
17,000. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So in the terms of the NFT world, that doesn't seem crazy, right? Like when you just talk a single digit Ethereum for a project.
Right.
So I
Right.
think Mad Lads could run and be a market leader there. I don't own one. I'm not planning on buying one, but if you told me Mad Lads was the market leader because of all these major collaborations and partnerships and the announcements that they've made, I could see that. Next, I am a holder of this project. So full disclosure, I may be a little biased. I bought into that Beanie's pump about Critters Quest and the gaming and the other opportunities to mint more NFTs by holding the Master Collection. I think I bought it for a soul. Really speculating, I would have max bought them if I knew they were going to run to 15 soul in a couple weeks. That's a mistake on my end, but kind of when Beanie can pump, when that guy gets going, like the what he did with the Punk comics, what he did with Wolfgang game. He can pump an NFT project, and he's pretty articulate with his plans. So Critter's Quest, if he really puts his head down, gets the right partnerships, and makes it happen, I could see those being, close to triple digit soul. I really could. I'm not selling mine. I have one. I have one. I'm not. I have no plans to sell. I wish I had several.
Wish I got into that one, which you did tell me about, by the way. All right, Ethereum. This is the mothership. I wouldn't say the mothership, but this is the one that started it all. Any NFT winners for 2025 in the Ethereum world?
Oh, kicking it over to me again. I
Yeah.
this is off the cuff again. I mean, I'm good. It's like I'm just pumping my own bags. I don't mean to talk like that by any means. I'll get. How about I give you one I own and one I don't own, but I want to buy. One I own was a past cusp call. It was expensive. It was like 2 ETH, but I really like Doodles. Like when they signed that partnership with McDonald's, and I was drinking out of the coffee cup, my Doodles coffee cup at McDonald's. There was just something about it. I know I wasn't getting any revenue from it, but I love to be see that millions and billions of people getting introduced to the brand. I hope one day that there's a Happy Meal with Doodles and kind of with Pharrell and their connection. But that's like a 4 ETH, 5 ETH floor. That's expensive. But I do think it could really push. I think if they come out with a token, they continue big partnerships, that could be a big winner. Let's go a little cheaper. Let's go with a project alpha for everyone that I have been trying to like figure out how I'm going to acquire it. And that's probably the parallel avatars. And it's everything that I said about Prime in the first segment. You get a bonus for Prime staking, possibly by having an avatar that hasn't been announced yet. It's only an ETH, still 3-4 grand, which is crazy. I like these parallel avatars. AI world, gaming world. Obviously, it's a big brand. We had one of the guys on the podcast, a year ago? We should hit them up and get them back on.
Yeah.
But I just think those are two projects that feel like you can't miss. And one more reason why before I kick it over to you is even in the darkest days, those avatars really weren't below like zero point 0.4, zero point 0.5 Ethereum. So with it just being a 2x from like the darkest bear market, I think it could run.
Great cause. I was driving from San Francisco all the way to San Diego in the middle of nowhere. I got a Doodles cup. Let me tell you that in the boondocks of America, like in the desert land. I was like, "You guys have a Doodles cup?" They're like, "We sure do." I'm like, "Oh my God. Love Doodles." I don't own one. I definitely would love to get into the Doodles ecosystem because they're family friendly and I have a family. Great call outs there. The one pick that I would have for 2025 personally on the Ethereum network is the I hate to jump on the bandwagon, but it's Pudgy Penguins. They ended the year 2024 in an amazing way. They gave just basically everyone who owned a Pudgy Penguin like a free Pudgy Penguin. They gave provided exit liquidity for them, but no one exited. The floor is back to its all-time high, close to, and we're going to talk about this, but having the NFT is not the only way to be part of the NFT project now, because a lot of these NFT projects have utility type of tokens now, and Pudgy Penguins has Pengu, and they're also launching a blockchain quarter 1 of 2025, which might be another feedback loop into Pudgy Penguins because that's how it all started. Something that Bored Apes tried to do with Ape Chain, but I think more people are on board with Abstract than Ape Chain. So we'll see what unfolds there. Full disclosure, I don't own any Pudgy asset besides Pengu. I am a Pengu enjoyer holder. I am looking to buy my first little Pudgy and ROG. Well, it's a rod, but long story there for a lower entry into the Pudgy world is the Pudgy rods. So that is something that may or may not yield. Here's some alpha for everyone. Abstract tokens, which is launching soon. They haven't even announced a token, but everyone is speculating that it may. And there's also a big announcement from Luca Netz on Pudgy Penguins, something that's going to shatter the Web3 world that he didn't predict. He said he was working on it in June of 2024. He said it's going to melt your faces and it's going to take 6 to 12 months. And here we are, 6 months out. It might take another six. I'm holding on to that. Some people are saying like, just imagine if he had a Netflix special, or I mean, he's already in Target, Walmart, and he has inroads to do some bigger things that can really be shattering to the Web3 world. So I am bullish on Pudgy's personally overall. So that is the Ethereum top NFT predictions. I think we're gonna skip over base. I don't know. Base NFT seems dead to me. What's your thoughts there?
On-chain guys. That's probably my favorite one on there. I own it. Just again, don't buy it because I own it. I think I bought it around the same price, but that's like, man, I'm down a rabbit hole right now, Joe. I'm thinking AI, gaming, agents. That's what on-chain guys is. That's what these avatars are. Maybe it's because I've been dabbling in these AI coins so much, but that's really the only project on base right now. There's some other ones out there that like I definitely am interested in, past calls that we have that I'm definitely not selling. But on-chain guys feels like the one project that I would be interested in.
Well, I'm down bad on my base NFT, so I don't have a best prediction for 2025 on base. Besides, surprisingly, meme coins and AI agents and AI platforms doing well on base. We're still looking for Coinbase to lead the way there and list some of their own AI agent tokens, which would make me more bullish. But anything can happen. This is the start of a long year, and I'm sure a lot of things is going to surprise us there. All right. I'll kick it over to you, Brian. There's some interesting stuff. I call you the resident AI expert if you want to go over some of the top things happening there.
Yeah, we've talked a lot about it already. I'm gonna just kind of share my screen with everyone here. Some interesting news that's popped out that makes, I think, a lot of us bullish. Hopefully, I'm sharing my screen correctly here. But NVIDIA CEO forecasts AI agents in autonomous vehicles is a multi-trillion-dollar industry in 2025. How could you deny that? I mean, that seems like a no-brainer. And then a Forbes article that was just released. I think it was written yesterday. Yeah, January the 6th. So we're recording this on the 7th whenever you're watching it. It was this week. And how AI agent AIXBT is transforming crypto Twitter and trends analysis. Pretty good little read there too, Joe. They broke down kind of what AIXBT is, what the agent is, how it delivers real market time and intelligence by analyzing data. It really dove deep. And that, I mean, this is Forbes writing an article about it. This is when we got excited in 2021 when they started talking about the NFTs and what NFTs are and how they have utility. It did kind of crash and burn a couple years later, and only the top remained. I still think that could happen with these AI agents, but we're not even anywhere close to that. So I'm personally bullish where we're going. Obviously, that's what we're talking about, what we've been talking about. These AI agents, these AI coins, these AI NFT projects. It, it just it just feels like we've talked about this in past rundowns. This is the first time where like AI and crypto are really coming together, and the AI world is looking at crypto more. These AI researchers are exploring crypto. It makes sense because if you want to transact in real time financially, you use crypto. You're not going to use fiat. Like it's just not possible. So as technology evolves, these AI agents are going to evolve. If they're trading, if they're paying taxes, if they're doing mundane tasks for me, is it just for research overall, like a really glorified chat GPT, but as a personal assistant? I'm into all of this. I think there's a real path where this could be successful, but it's also going to be challenging to like narrow down the right ones. But within our private community, we've done pretty good so far. AIXBT, I think, was just a previous call a few weeks ago by us. So shout out Forbes for pumping the community's bags.
100% on board with that. Yeah, I'm glad you made that call because that helped my bags a bit. Talk to us about Rec Guy. I think he launched something.
Oh yeah, yeah, Rec Guy. Oh yeah, okay. We're that. Yeah, Rec Guy launched. Rec Guy's a really famous NFT project, Mando OSF. Really thought leaders in the space, and I'm not even gonna share my screen, but they just launched an AI agent on virtuals this morning. So, and the reason I put that on our sheet today, Joe, is this is what we're seeing. Rec Guy has a coin. They have a brand that's a drink. They're building a real world company. They have an NFT project. Now they're launching it with a coin. We're going to see a lot of these past NFT teams and projects try to incorporate real world utility, NFTs, and a coin, and it's going to do something great. So, shout out to Rec Guy, that entire team. Absolutely love their project. Don't have any Rec Guys. And honestly, we're going back to NFTs that we love on Ethereum. I could probably bundle that in there with my Doodles and Avatar Call. Just I think they're a great team, and they're every day I open up the news, they're launching something new and cool.
Yeah, whether it be AI, meme tokens, utility tokens, what's I'm seeing, and personally for me, is we're seeing a gravitation back into NFTs. We saw it with Pudgy Penguins reaching a 35 ETH floor, flipping Bored Apes and leaving them in the dust. We're seeing it with a lot of different NFTs now. So what's happening is that we talked about this earlier. Is there's a lot of bridging of the gap, a lot of blurring of the lines between meme tokens, utility tokens, and NFTs. It's really coming to a head, and we'll keep an eye on this for 2025 to see how that narrative changes. But we're seeing these tokens provide access and utility versus NFTs. Of course, NFTs still provide access and utilities. But for example, what Brian just talked about, AI 16Z, if you held 10,000 or 100,000 of them, you got a free airdrop. Similarly, with Pudgy Penguins, if you hold 250,000 Pengu or 888,888 Pengu, then potentially you'll get an abstract airdrop is what the Inklings are. And we're seeing more of these tiered approaches. And I, for one, like it, Brian. Personally, you can tell me how you feel because a Pudgy Penguin right now is $100,000. I'm not buying $100,000 Pudgy Penguins, but I did, full disclosure, spend, somewhere between 7 to 10,000 as a Pengu holder, enjoyer. That's what they call that role, which is holding 250,000 Pengu. So I'm part of the huddle. I feel like I'm in with the group, and there's a Discord channel specifically for us in that tier to talk and brainstorm and share alpha and to, pump our own bags or whatnot. So I see it working not only in terms of the tier and getting people the tier access, getting people to buy into the token, but I'm also seeing that once I'm in there, I'm like, hey, I'm drinking my own Kool-Aid. I need a Pudgy. I need a little Pudgy. I need a Rog. Like it's working on me, and I'm curious. I'm not curious. I see it working with a lot of tokens that are coming out because we're seeing that reflect in the NFT price with AI 16Z's Solana NFT. We're seeing that reflected in different AI NFTs. So we're kind of seeing a feedback loop there. And this is all kind of new, right? 2024, 2025, we're seeing this type of mesh of meme tokens launching NFTs, NFTs launching meme tokens. It's like all circular.
Yeah, it's a whole world. You nailed it. I feel the same way about the Pudgy Penguins brand. I fumbled the bag big with Pudgy Penguins. I've had so many opportunities and so many people smarter than me tell me to buy Pudgies. I've loved that brand, even when it was getting acquired. But would I have held this long? I'm not sure. But you're right. You can buy the Pengu token. You could join their Discord and get a specific role, and you could have eligibility for some really other cool incentives. And if Luca wants to melt our faces, I'm here to get my face melted. But they're doing it right. Yeah, I think they're the gold standard right now in NFTs.
Yeah. And I'm curious because that's the first one that I got more involved with in the token than the NFT on myself. Like, am I going to go into more of these? I wouldn't call them stable, but they're less meme tokens, right? They're not like, hey, chill guy, wear a sweater, hippo, fat, bouncy pork, that we love, Mudang, Rec Guy token. Hey, I can get some Rec Guy energy drink. If I reach a certain tier, I could get a partner airdrop. I see more partner airdrops with these types of tokens than I am seeing with just meme coins.
Yeah, and let me be the first to say that I'm relieved that this is the direction we're going in. I've gone in the trenches, things that are funny, things that are trending, things that are on TikToks. I've bought them. I've given recommendations on them because that's where the liquidity is and that's where the attention is. Like you cannot deny that. But that was getting tiresome to like kind of chase TikTok trends, and it could come back. But I like this version we're getting like AI agent infrastructure platforms or agents that are doing cool things, NFT projects that are building on their brand with Web2 applications, utilizing the token world and meme coins, because it just tells a better story. We get more information in a clearer picture to at the end of the day make a little bit of money and have some fun. And the communities just feel stronger as well. You could make a very strong argument, and Murad's done it well with like, let's say Mog, for instance, and I was just picking it as one of my top picks. That's very community driven, but a lot of the price swings we've seen is that there's been some added utility or something hinted where that moved the price. I do think at the end of the day, if we want some of these coins or companies or NFT projects to continue the upward rise, they have to all come together. We've been calling this out for months now, but it hasn't happened. But we're really starting to see a lot of signs here now.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if this carries on for 2025 and how that loop works. I would like to say definitely that we survived our first cycle in terms of NFTs, and we're seeing I want to say a renaissance, but we're seeing, the cream rise back to the top. The OGs that we thought would survive, they did survive, right? Doodles doubled, Azuki doubled, Pudgies did, great. So we're seeing kind of that, come to fruition, our predictions of, I would say, the past. And if there is there anything that we or you want to predict for the world of NFTs or memes, wrapping things up, what are we seeing for 2025 overall? I know we covered a lot about AI and what's happening right now, but care to see if you have any big predictions.
Yeah, it's tough to get me off this AI train right now. I at least for the next 6 months, I feel like AI agents, the AI growth, how they're going to develop. I mean, every single day they're doing something even cooler and more unique. I think that's a sector that I personally really want to pay attention to. And then I'm really interested in what's going on in abstract as well. I think if done right, that could be the consumer chain they're calling it. I think that could be very interesting through the rest of the year. So those are two areas of particular interest for me. We do the show every week, so next week some crazy new meta could pop up, and I change my mind. We all have the right to change our mind, but really hard to shake me off the AI meta and what they're doing at Abstract. How about you?
Yeah, 100%. I personally am a big proponent of utility. That's why I got in onto NFTs and meme coins and the community and how fun and engaging it is. So I'm still in a lot of those OG communities and tokens and NFT projects. I would love to see a resurgence of that. And we're not starting, we're seeing brands that have never left, like McDonald's. We're seeing car companies coming back in and really, providing use case for certain NFTs or digital assets where it fits. I would like to see, a lot of brands that can make their business more efficient or provide better value for the community. That's what it always was, better value for the communities to incentivize, a culture and loyalty. That's where I want to see it thrive this year. So I would love to see that. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, but I think that just like crypto, it takes time. But it took a lot of time, and we're seeing adoption come forth. So not really prediction, but those are the things that I would love to, continue. I'd like to see more McDonald's, collaborations. I would like to see Pudgy break into maybe, a different industry, maybe Netflix, like we talked about. So that's kind of like my hope and wish for NFTs this year.
Yeah, I love that call out, Joe. And to all the companies and all the big name corporations that absolutely rugged people in their NFTs, I'm sick of them. Like I am. I don't want them back. And the companies that stuck around and they're still trying to build something, I want to support them because this is the NFT sector. People in NFTs. This is our first bull and bear cycle. I have no doubt that we're going to get to another bull cycle with NFTs. What that's going to look like, I think we've kind of mapped it out what our thoughts are, but there's definitely going to be one. And I want to see the people that hung around, that held strong to get rewarded. And everybody that bailed, got some choice words for them, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Speaking about bold prediction, some people were saying, "Oh, Pudgy's gonna buy OpenSea," and that's the face melting thing because OpenSea it has yet to do an airdrop, right? So that I don't know, that was just something that just popped into my head. But for sure, I'm with you. Yeah, I think this year more so than other years personally because of the administration and all the magnificent people we have on board to push crypto forward. I personally am bullish on NFTs and meme coins. I mean, starting the year, I already made a pretty big bet on Pudgies. I'm gonna buy more five-figure NFTs. Sounds crazy, but I'm more bullish on NFTs this year than before. So I definitely, if you guys want to see some of those picks, let us know. And let's wrap things last thing up. I think we had some winners, right? So we had some trade alerts before we went on Christmas break that did really well. Brian, do you want to go over one of those?
Yeah, I'll share my screen here for the group. We did. We had some good winners. I mean, just what everyone guessed. I'm kind of mumbling here, but Griffane is an AI infrastructure play. We called it out about a half of this market cap right around, I think, right before Christmas time. It's doubled. If you want the full breakdown, definitely, sign up, join our newsletter. But this was a project that was AI infrastructure, building some very unique things on the Solana blockchain. And one I'm still bullish on. The chart absolutely looks great, if you ask me as well. And then another one was, good old Forbes is writing articles about his AI XBT. This is pretty much the leading AI agent by mind share, by popularity in the entire space. We called it out at a much lower. I think this has doubled since we called it out, just relatively close to Christmas as well. And it's done well. So everybody that jumped on those calls, congratulations. I think there's room to grow in both of those coins. But there's always something new coming out, so we want to keep our eyes on it. But again, two top winners there, Griffane and AIXBT were two calls that were pretty successful.
Yep. And we got more. We actually, those are two of many calls. I think we tracked it. Like we had some decent wins for ending the year. And we're going to come out stronger in 2025. We're even more excited to dive in. So if you guys want to see some of those, join the community down below. All the links will be down below. We got podcasts, we got market updates, we got weekly rundowns, and we're everywhere you need to be. And we're in the trenches to do the hard work. So excited for 2025 and where we're going to go.
All right. See you guys.
See you guys.